Le Mans, the most difficult race to complete in all of motorsport. The circuit that has changed our history forever, taking race car drivers to the next level of racing, and some becoming legends of our sport. To win this race, you must have perseverance, to survive in unprecedented conditions, to race for glory for 24 hours straight. Every second, minute, hour that goes by, this race becomes more intense, and one single mistake could lead to absolute disaster. Innovation propels this race to new heights. A new design could write the history books, taking a manufacturer and team to total success. This is no ordinary endurance race. This is the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This is one of the races that everyone wants to win. It's up there alongside Monaco and Indy 500. Since 1923, the French city of Le Mans has hosted an event, a race that would require talent and courage from every single participant. And now, once again, another 24 Hours of Le Mans approaches. But this 2023 edition is very different from the rest. For this video, I will explain all the details that you need to know ahead of the Centenary Le Mans in 2023. So exactly what makes this race so special? Well, first off, it's a 24-hour event, which means non-stop racing. This race is very different to other types of motorsports. The unique thing about the 24 Hours of Le Mans, as well as the World Endurance Championship, IMSA, and so on, is that there is not one type of car racing on the track. Think of it like this. In Formula 1, there are only Formula 1 cars racing during the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. So you'll see F1 race cars from Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, and so on that are within the same regulation. But Le Mans is very different. It has 3 different types of cars racing at the exact same time. This makes the racing even more intense, as the super fast prototypes need to weave their way around the slower prototypes and the GT cars simultaneously in their own battle of the race. This is just one factor of why Le Mans is incredible, because there's not just one race going on, there's multiple. Then there's the matter of the track itself. It's a very long lap at Le Mans, roughly over 3 minutes and 15 seconds for all of the cars. The corners and straights are also very iconic, such as the Dunlop Overpass, the Mulsanne Straight, the Indianapolis Corner, Arnage, Porsche Curves, and Ford Chicane. For this event, Le Mans is celebrating its 100-year anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, so quite an achievement. In combination with the Hypercar regulations, a lot of hypercar manufacturers wanted to join in 2023 at least because it would be great for these brands to compete at the Centenary Le Mans. And same situation with the Garage 56 NASCAR entry, which will be joining as a one-off entry for the 2023 edition of Le Mans. Both those talking points will be discussed later on. Now, there's a fact that's very confusing for some, so I'd like to clear this up. This is not the 100th 24 Hours of Le Mans. This is only the 100-year anniversary since its first race in 1923. This is the 91st edition of the 24-hour event. The reason why this is not the 100th race is because in 1936 there was a worker strike, and so that race was cancelled, and then the race was called off for a certain amount of time because of World War II happening. Many big manufacturers have won the 24 Hours as well, including brands such as Toyota, Porsche, Audi, Ford, Jaguar, Aston Martin, Ferrari, and so on. There has also been a countless number of drivers competing in this event, some of them even winning multiple times. The most successful driver at this event, nicknamed Mr. Le Mans, is Tom Christensen. He has taken 9 wins at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He's driven for manufacturers such as Porsche, BMW, Bentley, and his most successful, Audi. Currently at Le Mans, you must have 3 drivers participating in one single car. In the past, 2 drivers have raced per car, but the first year that saw 3 drivers piloting a car to victory was 1977. Now, for those that are unaware about this fact, the 24 Hours of Le Mans is not a race on its own. It's located within the World Endurance Championship. The WEC has hosted 3 rounds already, and we've already seen a bunch of Le Mans Hypercars and LMDH cars race against each other in the top class of Hypercar, along with the other 2 categories of LMP2 and GTE Am. The 24 Hours of Le Mans falls on the 4th round of the World Endurance Championship this season, so we've already raced at Sebring, Portimao, and Spa. And now, just after the 6 hours of Spa is the 24 Hours of Le Mans. There is also the subject of entering the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Let's take the top category of the WEC for a moment. If you have a new hypercar that hasn't raced at all during this season, you won't be able to race the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The rule states that you have to have been racing at least 1 car in a previous round of 2023. The 24 Hours of Le Mans is considered to be the most famous endurance racing event, but it is not the only 24-hour race in the endurance racing world. A good example of this would be the 24 Hours of Daytona, which is located within IMSA. But the 24 Hours of Le Mans is the most famous, is the most challenging, and is the oldest out of all the endurance races. The fact is, it even predates Formula 1, and F1 is one of the biggest motorsports across the entire world. Le Mans is a part of the Triple Crown of Motorsport. The 2 other races that are with Le Mans are the Indy 500 and the Monaco Grand Prix. If you win all 3 events, you automatically become a legend. But funny enough, only 1 driver in the history of the world has been able to achieve this, and that person is Graham Hill. Hill won both Monaco and Indy, and he won the 1972 24 Hours of Le Mans with Matra Simca. So besides this being a classic event, and that it's celebrating the 100-year anniversary of it, what makes this 2023 race so special? Well, arguably, it is because of the new top category regulations. When I say new, they're not technically new because the Hypercar class was started 2 years ago in 2021. But there are 2 major factors on why Hypercar is different from the past 2 years versus now. One is the factor of the LMDH cars making their debut here in 2023. Porsche and Cadillac both enter the 24 Hours of Le Mans and the WEC with their LMDH prototypes. And next year in 2024, we will see at least 3 more LMDH cars join for the 2024 edition of the WEC and Le Mans. The other factor is new competition on the forefront of Le Mans Hypercar in the form of Ferrari and Vanwall joining for 2023. And by the way, if you're confused on the difference and just comparison overall on LMH versus LMDH, I highly recommend that you check out the video that I'm posting in the top right corner and in the description. This explains all the info. But essentially, there are 2 kinds of prototypes, and they are eligible to compete against each other in the same class, the Hypercar class. These being Le Mans Hypercar and Le Mans Daytona H, abbreviated as LMH and LMDH. Last year, in 2022, there was a total of 2 manufacturers racing in the Hypercar class, Toyota and Glickenhaus. Technically, there was a 3rd entry in the Hypercar class, but that was just Alpine's rebadged R13 LMP1 car. These entries made up a total of 5 cars in the Hypercar class. In my opinion, that is just not enough. Fast forward to now and look at the grid compared to 2022. 7 manufacturers, 16 Hypercar entries. That's a record for the Hypercar class. And we haven't seen that type of number in the top class of Le Mans since 2011. Okay, so here's the list of the driver lineups along with the team's cars. There will be 3 Cadillacs, 1 Vanwall, 3 Penske Porsches, 2 Toyotas, 1 Jota Porsche, 2 Ferraris, 2 Peugeots, and 2 Glickenhauses. 2 of the Cadillacs are the IMSA variants of the V-Series R. They have come over to the World Endurance Championship to race at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. One of the Porsche Penskes at Le Mans fields IMSA drivers from the number 7 and number 6 cars in that championship. Jaminet, Campbell, and Nazar joined the number 75 car for the 24 Hours. There is also an extra Glickenhaus. The number 709 car will be joining the 708 to help Glickenhaus to achieve another good result at Le Mans. Hypercar and the other two classes are not the only reason why this year's Le Mans is going to be great. NASCAR is also returning to Le Mans for the first time since 1976. In partnership with Hendrick Motorsports, the NASCAR series will enter in a next-gen Chevy Camaro ZL1, operated by Garage 56. I am personally really excited to see the NASCAR race car entry from Garage 56 power its way down the Mulsanne Straight. I'm interested to see how competitive it will be against the other entries. Now, this is just a one-off race, and drivers Mike Rockenfeller, Jimmy Johnson, and Jenson Button are getting ready to participate for the entire 24-hour event. Now, this team is not only joining because of the 100-year anniversary of Le Mans, NASCAR is also celebrating its 75th anniversary. So this Garage 56 NASCAR entry is here to celebrate two milestones across two different types of motorsports. The entry list looks like this for the 24 hours of Le Mans in 2023. 16 Hypercar entries, 24 LMP2 entries, 21 GTE AM entries, and one single experimental entry in the form of the Garage 56 NASCAR race car entry. So that completes all the details that you need to know about this special event in 2023. The 24 Hours of Le Mans, one of the greatest races in all of the world. Are you excited for this event, and which team are you supporting? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments section. If you're interested in more content surrounding the 24 Hours of Le Mans and endurance racing in general, this is the channel to subscribe to. Please subscribe by clicking the button to the left. If you want to see another video right now, I suggest clicking one of the options to the right of your screen. So that's it for me. I'll see you in the next video.